I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Gary Hoganson, and this is Hot Rod Corner. We do full restoration and classic cars and hot rods. We do chassis, engines, upholstery, full assemblies, and drive-away cars completely done. This is the fabrication department. This is where we take the cars apart before they go to the dip shop to get acid dipped. And then we bring them back here and fit them for air conditioning, engines, fuse boxes, steering column, brake assemblies, and all the stuff that makes the car work before we put it to the body shop. Okay, we shortened this tailgate about 4 inches, and then we put braces inside it and we smoothed it off to match the quarter panels, which we had to box in because it used to have handles and latches out here that weren't very good looking, so it's all smoothed off now. All right, so the exhaust system and fuel tank is going to be a little bit of a challenge. We're going to come over the rear end and screw out through the edge of the frame and then turn it in here, and it's going to come through here and come out to where the license plate used to be, and it's been made wider. And we're going to make a diffuser looking exhaust tip. And then the tank has to be custom made to go and work around the exhaust. Fabrication work inside here, making a tunnel to fit the 5-speed transmission with a beautiful shift linkage. This thing has 1,000 horsepower on pump gas, 1,600 on E85. The customer on this car didn't tell us how fast he wanted to go. So he said he was going to put a 1,600 horsepower engine in it. So we decided, well, if we're going to go that fast, you need some structure. So Tom welded in a full cage, and we had it certified for 850 on the drag strip. So it has a certificate of 850 TIG welded cage. This is a 54 Chevy sedan delivery. Came in pretty rough, looked like somebody cut the firewall out with an axe. When we got all done, we put a full floor in it and a firewall. This is going to be a LS3 430 horse LS with an automatic. We're going to put a Heights front suspension kit in it, and it's going to have a 10-bolt Chevy rear end and leaf springs. We're going to keep it looking stock. We've had major rust through this area on both sides. We've had to replace inner and outer. Tom had to make a lot of parts for this. And then back on the back here, Tom fabricated this piece and the piece underneath here, underneath the door. And as you can see, it fits really nice. Over here, it used to have a gas door on top. I hate those. So we're going to put a custom one, which we've been making quite a few of them around here. We make our own gas door, and we're going to sneak it into the fuel tank using the original tank, modified for fuel injection. This is '69 Camaro, bought out of California, that was supposedly restored. And when we got it here, we started looking at it. The driver's side was caved in almost an inch and welded in with bent floor. We replaced, as you can see, the floor, the rocker, the rear floor, the 2 quarter panels, the roof skin, rear body panel on a car that was completely restored by somebody that we don't know. So as you can see by all the black parts, a lot of new panels went on this car to make it real again. We're almost finished up with this '69 Camaro. We're welding in the gutters to the trunk and the rear body panel, adding the rear latch braces and the bumper mounts, inner bumper mounts. Just about done to get it to the body shop. This is a '69 Z28 restored, taken to bare metal, completely disassembled and put back together. to original specifications. This is 64 Chevelle that was being built into a drag car. We're turning it around to make it a pro street. We've got the cage certified at 850 by adding extra bars and upgrading it for our neighbor, the engine builder. I'd like to welcome to the body shop. This is where the magic happens. This is where they get body worked, take care of any low spots, then we prime them, and then they bring them back here again, and the guys block them 2 or 3 times. And then we get them laser straight, and when we're happy with them, we take them up front and we put them through the paint shop. Here we are on a 69 Chevelle getting Fessler flush mount glass installed. We're gapping it to 1/16 of an inch all the way around. So when it's all done, there will be a big gap around the window. It will be tight and precise. This is inside of a 55 Ford pickup that has a 460 Ford, which is a little bigger than the old 312. We had to set the firewall back and make a tunnel. This is a 72 Blazer, and it had a pretty bad bodywork on one of the bed sides, so that's why we cut this one, unbolted it and cut it off. The rocker was completely rotted out, and we're going to replace the rocker, fit the door, fit the bed, fit the tailgate, and they'll be going towards the bodywork. And here we are at the paint shop. They've come out of the body shop and they're up here. We inspect them, wipe them down, put the seam sealer on them, roll them in the booth, mask them up, put the base coat and clear coat on them, and they're ready to come out and get polished. Welcome to the assembly department. This is where we put the AC, the wiring, the hinges, the fenders, the trim, the glass. Everything we do in this area is what puts the car together before it goes to the final department for exhaust. This truck started out as a farm truck. It was used for Dutchman as a parts truck, Dutchman rear end axles. Don bought this truck and used it for years. A windstorm came along and dropped a tree on it. Went by his house, took a look at it. He had a parts truck and this truck, and we decided that we could do it. So with the parts truck, supplied the front end. The cab is original. It has a nailhead Buick in it, which I'm pretty sure Dutchman put in there. Ray at Springer Automotive rebuilt the motor. We put disc brakes on it and power steering. It's got vintage air, and we dipped all the parts, epoxied everything, put hundreds of hours of metal repair in it. It's got a new dash. Everything inside the instrument is all new. It's got Dakota Digital, vintage air, all new glass. We added the two-tone trim, and the owner picked the color for the bed, which was a little shocking to start out with, but once we got it installed, it looks beautiful. So it's got a green tint to the wood, and it absorbs the color what it's next to. It changes. When it was on next to the green car, when it was on that side of the car and when we're waiting, it was green. When I was like, that's not gonna look good. We put it in the truck and it looks like that. So it's just totally beautiful. I had to compliment Dawn for picking out such a cool color. We put a gas door in the side so we don't have a, move the tank behind the rear end there. Added chrome bumpers. That's going to get a leather interior, which is being worked on right now. Full door panels. Some of the trim is off at the Chrome Shop in California. About $3,500 worth of trim for these three pieces that are not on yet. It's going to get steel wheels, rings and caps to give it the old school look. And we're about ready for spring, so it's going to be ready to get the exhaust on it and get it out of here. What we have here is a 70 Buick GS Stage 1, 455 matching numbers car. It came in bare metal. It needed 2 quarter panels and a rear body panel. We put everything on it, fit the doors. We found a used fender for it because the one fender was hammered in the front and they wanted us to splice it, and it was better to buy a fender for it. Body worked it, painted it this color. Wasn't too sure about the color, but once it all came together, it's pretty cool. This is a 55 Chevy 4-door in a taxi theme. It's got a Morrison chassis, an LSA, supercharged LS. The whole body's been dipped, body worked, blocked and painted. All the stainless trim has been restored in-house. I do metal finishing, and then Brian does all the polishing. So that you can tell by looking at it, this isn't stock on the trim. It's like show car. It's got Dakota Digital instruments, vintage air, where it's going to have a full custom interior with a yellow houndstooth to go with the yellow paint. It's been wheel tubbed 3 inches. Kevin's back there doing wiring. It's got a power tail light where for the gas door. We welded the original one shut, and then it'll close. The tail light will just close right in there. They're at the chrome shop right now because we've matched the body to the original pieces so they fit better than aftermarket. It's got a beautiful chassis underneath it. Kevin's doing a complete wiring. It's going to have a trunk, liners inside it. Yeah, that's about it. We got to pick out some wheels. That's the hard part sometimes, getting the right wheel for the car. But it's a beauty. It's a nice car. It's not all rusted out. Thank you everybody for watching our video. This is Hot Rod Corner, 645 Power Street, Unit J. I'm really glad everybody got to come by and see us. Thank you very much.